A special thank you to each of our subscribers who make this channel possible. Here's today's story. In a dramatic escalation of tensions surrounding the ongoing protests in Los Angeles, President Donald Trump and Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth visited Fort Bragg on Tuesday, following the controversial deployment of National Guard and U.S. Marines to the area. The military presence has been activated in response to unrest linked to the administration's hardline immigration policies, which have ignited widespread demonstrations across the city. The Pentagon confirmed that approximately 700 active-duty Marines were dispatched to support the California National Guard, which has deployed around 2,100 troops to maintain order in Los Angeles, Paramount, and Compton. During his speech at Fort Bragg, President Trump characterized the protests as a full-blown assault on peace, public order, and national sovereignty, alleging that they were fueled by rioters bearing foreign flags intent on undermining the country. He pledged to liberate Los Angeles, asserting that the American flag would be the only one flying triumphantly over the city. Trump's remarks came amid rising tensions, as he called for harsher penalties against those who desecrate the American flag, suggesting a year in jail for such acts. Additionally, he announced plans to revert the names of several military installations back to those honoring Confederate figures, a move that has drawn criticism from various quarters. The president's visit to Fort Bragg follows his earlier claims that Los Angeles would be burning to the ground without the federal troops deployed to the area. He cited a memorandum he signed that authorized the military's actions under Title 10 of the U.S. Code, which governs the use of armed forces in domestic situations. The deployment has sparked outrage from California Governor Gavin Newsom, who has filed a lawsuit against the Trump administration, arguing that the governor's authority was bypassed in the decision to send troops into the state. Newsom contends that the protests do not constitute an insurrection, and he criticized the president's actions as dictatorial. The lawsuit highlights that the invocation of Title 10 has historically been reserved for extraordinary circumstances, and Newsom emphasized that the protests have not escalated to the level of violence seen in previous years. As the situation unfolds, it remains to be seen how the increased military presence will impact the protests, which have been largely peaceful, albeit marked by sporadic clashes between demonstrators and law enforcement. The estimated cost of deploying the National Guard and Marines to Los Angeles is projected to reach $134 million over the course of 2 months. Critics of the deployment argue that California officials are more than capable of managing the situation without federal intervention, emphasizing the need for local governance and community-led solutions. As the protests continue to evolve, the implications of Trump's military strategy in Los Angeles are likely to resonate far beyond the city's borders, igniting further debates about federal authority, state rights, and the ongoing challenges surrounding immigration policy in the United States. That's all for this story. We upload videos every day covering many different subjects, so hit that subscribe button to stay informed. Thanks for watching.